Hello and welcome to Kate and Kat's podcast. We run our podcast a little differently than most. Our podcasts are completely spirit-led, and we never know who we're going to have on or what's going to come up to heal. Every episode is a new adventure, where we walk people through healing anything from spirit guides to past lives to inner child work, how the energies and trauma affects the mechanical workings of our physical bodies, and exploring time, space, and dimensions and how it's all happening now. This podcast is for beginners and experts alike. This can be considered explicit content to some, as we do not edit ourselves, and sometimes deep trauma work comes up unexpectedly. And also, we cuss like sailors.
On this episode of Kate and Kat Live, we work with our good friend Haley. We had so much fun working with Hales. We have known this girl for a very, very long time, since the beginning of our TikTok stuff, pretty much. In this live, we work with her in how to connect more with her mechanical self, like from past lives, her surgeon self from past lives, and also, since Haley is a light language practitioner, how to connect more with understanding and hearing light language, since Kate knows how to hear it and understand what they're saying almost like it's words. Also, at the end of this, Haley gives us with a little healing in light language, so it was a real joy to have her. So, without further ado, if you love bad bitches, and that is your fucking problem, on with the podcast.
Hey. Hi. Hi. Hey.
How's it going?
I'm loving the hair. It's so good.
Thank you. Thank you. Hold on. I feel like I have to take the clip out for some volume. I'm feeling very Dora today.
Why?
The bangs. I love it though. Honestly, I really feel like it fits my face more and stuff. I genuinely feel happier in it, so that's pretty cool.
I feel like it fits your personality.
Thank you.
Like, it's very
I really
Haley.
appreciate that. Well, one of the things that really made me want to cut my hair is I kept which I knew this, that like your hair holds your memory and stuff like that. And for some reason I was like, I just need to cut it. I just gotta get rid of some of that heaviness.
I stitched someone because I don't usually get into that kind of conversation, but it was like, why? There was a POC person, and they were like, why do, white people, why do they cut their hair? And it's like, because, it holds so much tradition and memories in a lot of cultures around the world. And I can only speak for me, but why I do it and why I know a lot of people do it that are the same race or culture than I am is rebirth. It literally is, because we don't want.
And it does feel like that. And it's it's always been like a subconscious thing for me. Every time I get my hair cut, I feel like sometimes I'll feel like I'll get headaches and stuff. Like I did feel that this time. But it's like a weight off your shoulders.
Well, it also feels like a tree trim to me.
Is that only for feelers, I wonder?
It might just be for feelers. I don't know.
Maybe.
I haven't
I never
researched
thought
it
about
enough.
it that way.
Because I know you don't. You like your length. You don't really like.
I don't think I've ever. If anything, I like it a lot longer.
But why?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Because I like it.
Yeah,
That's it.
for any kind of like spiritual reason or like energy reason. No, well, I mean, the words that Haley used was like weight off. Like, it literally is pounds of trauma weight that we just kind of like, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. I'm just so excited. I'm just like, oh my God, yes. Like, I don't even think I'm getting anything exciting done. I'm just like, God, yeah.
Jimmy, when you go out into public, do you pick up a lot of people's stuff? Or is that like more like, because I think maybe it's like that way for people who just pick up a lot of people's stuff and kind of just has to get rid of it.
I tell it no all the time.
No.
And then until it became habitual. Like, because I can see it, and I'll see it, and I'll just be like, no.
I wish I could. I don't know why. I just always like that. Like, I got you, girl.
But see, too. We should release soul contracts with that. No,
what?
Like, I will carry it for you. That's all.
Oh.
You don't need that trauma. I know how to get rid of it. I'll just take it home with me, and I'll just fix that for you.
Well, I used to, and I was like, wow, I don't like the way this is making me feel. I don't like feeling. And I was like, I know a great way to not.
Yeah, literally just now. No.
Oh, that's so good.
I get really angry with the hair cutting. Every hairdresser I've been to has tried to cut my hair, and then I'll just literally stop going to them.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll even book like 6 appointments in advance for like the rest of the year, and I'll be like, oh, and I just won't go. It's like you tried to cut my hair. Like, it's so weird, though, now that I think about it. So, like, what is that?
I really do want to know, because when I was getting my hair cut, I was thinking about the fact that I've never allowed myself to have long hair. And the times that I did, I would get a huge chunk of knot in my hair. It was just like unmanageable. And, like, every time I tried to grow out my hair. And I've always gotten big chops ever since I was little. I've always been the person to try like pixie cuts, like the manager's haircut, like just off the
Manager. Let me call your manager.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was wondering, like, why is it that, like, because now that you say that, yeah, like, especially other cultures and stuff, they don't always want to cut their hair off because it does hold a lot of that, like, beauty for them in, like, culture and stuff, but whereas
No, it's not
I
even.
do always feel like it's way off.
It's like a spiritual journey. That's one of the reasons why people get, well, I don't want to speak for any cultures that I'm not a part of, so maybe I should just shut the fuck up. But from what I have learned, observing others talk about it on TikTok, nope, still not going to. Not my place. Never mind. All right, then. Okay. It's, for a lot of people, their hair is a sacred journey. I'll just go there. But I think that that's every human, but I'm not going to, again, no place to talk on it. So
I've never felt anything like that with my hair.
One thing
yeah, but you feel really connected to your hair. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said you don't feel anything like that with your hair, but you feel really connected to it. Like you literally will stop going to see somebody if you.
Oh, I have Healy hair. That makes sense. That all forms of
go further into that, please, because it made me remind you the puppy dog head. We both went.
Like there's forms of me that will break their hair strands off and heal things.
Oh yeah. Because you have spaghetti hair.
Rapunzel.
Oh, I don't know. It makes me go.
When she brushes her hair and she sings and it like heals.
Oh,
Not the like look on your hair.
It's like a princess in a tower. Gross.
oh, I never do that. But I think about like whenever I was younger, it looked like I was a lion, and then I would always get told my hair looks like lion's hair, and then I would like look in the mirror and see a dirty face, and then bangs. So that was a past life that I had to heal with Kat. I'm just saying, it's like there's a lot of things. I just wonder if people's past lives or how they channel. Like I wonder if that goes hand in hand.
Combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I feel like. Well, I did want to mention too, an old conversation I had with a friend. They told me that like when you dye your hair, it kind of changes the way you like express yourself and like the way your energy is and like the way that you're receiving energy because it's within your crown chakra. So maybe I think the channeling. I think you're really onto something with the channeling.
I have a lot to go into that. Some of the most like the biggest energy healers that I've ever known. We just talked about it with Felicia. They stopped in to say hi. I don't know if they're still there, but that was a couple of weeks ago. But hairdressers, they literally transmute and transform people with their hands. I used to have this guy that I would go see. He was a friend of mine in high school. And then when he became a hairdresser, I went to see him, but he went like scattered like all over the world. So I'm not in touch with him. Anyway, he would channel stuff into my hair. Like there was this really cool, like 7 different grays and lavenders and fuchsias that were in my hair. And then right after that is when I saw my wings. It was right before my spiritual manic like rebirth or whatever. But I've also talked about with Kate, like I didn't have blonde hair if I didn't have blue eyes, if I dressed a different way, if I dyed my hair, if I wore different makeup, I would have a completely different audience.
T.
We just would, right? And I mean, it's silly. It seems like superficial, but like, that's another thing. I was helping someone a couple of years ago when they were worried about their weight. And I was like, if we're healing ourselves, we look exactly like we're supposed to look for the people who are receiving our message at this time. And if we change, then we change that energy and, new shit comes in or whatever.
T.
Bruh, Sandwich_16 is like in Native American culture, it's believed that hair is like antennas. And I go, that's what I've been telling Kat for years, is that her hair is antenna. That's crazy.
Your interconnection to the realm.
Hales, I have a question. Right before we got on this live, I started having like the TikTok started to be weird, like energy weird. I had to restart my phone. I couldn't get the mic to work. Are you having electrical issues lately, or like what is this? Anything for you?
Today I just moved. I just moved into a new house, and there is like.
And you went live with us? Thanks.
Hey there.
But there is a guy who's like part of the family who is fixing the electrical wiring right now. So
Oh
really
my
funny that you said that, because we have a light switch, I guess, that sparks and stuff, and so he's like really into that stuff, so he's fixing it for them.
Oh. It was literally like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, or whatever before the live, and I was like, "What the shit is all this?" Because I texted you, I was like, "Yeah, we're totally ready. Health is ready. I'm ready." And then I was like, "What the fuck is this? It's all fucked up." Can you? With your, do you want to? Let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna say what I want you, what I'm feeling you should do. Put the electric
I see it
magnetic.
in my head. You're like having me solder things.
Yes, put the electric magnetic frequency. Help homeboy out there.
Okay.
With electrical?
I don't. Okay, like I see it in my head. I don't know what I'm doing. But
Yes, you do.
I see it in my head that there's like these wires that I'm meant to solder, and like I'm reconnecting and disconnecting old things that are there. I think that were like super unnecessary for being there. And just kind of putting in a cleaner pathway system, I guess, would be the way that's describing it. I don't feel like I'm doing this, but this is just what I'm seeing in my head.
You are doing it because it's not moving my eyelash.
I also
Something
see
like
like
this.
blowing on it. I don't know why the blowing on it. It's like blowing like crystals. Not
It's like
crystals,
gold
but,
dust or
frosty
something.
crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Breathing life into it, reconnecting the energy. I don't know.
Copper, probably.
Well, that makes sense.
Our friend Terry says in indigenous culture they cut their hair when they lose a loved one.
I have heard that. Yes, they'll grow their hair so long and then put it in the casket with their loved one.
You know, that would be fun just to have different people come on and like talk about the differences of culture instead of like on TikTok where we all like yell at people for not knowing all the things. Just like spotlight different people and like what their practice is and stuff. But I don't know if we could do that without. Yeah, fuck it, we could do that.
Like set a timer.
So much
Yeah, let
about
people
that.
share and stuff.
I think it's a manner of approach when it comes to being able to like not merge cultures, but also like bringing light to them and being able to kind of share them in a way that's not completely utilizing them. I don't know. I feel like the way you approach it is like
Appreciation.
People
Yeah, that would be fun, Terry.
Because like, the
Cultural
idea that you keep like getting like scared about doing it because you're afraid to like step on anybody's toes because you've been yelled at for it or whatever.
Well, yeah, but it needs to be a place where, like, not just stay respectful, but allow the space, the platform to speak and to actually ask questions that we might seem ignorant for asking that other people want to ask that they can't. You know, that would be fun.
You still work on the electrical. Can you speed it up? Hey, just say speed this up.
Is that what I meant by it? I ask you guys. Okay. Speed up that.
There, it's speed.
We all know about the electrical thing at the same time.
Well, Hales, it seems like your life's moving forward in all different sorts of directions. Is there anything specifically that you want to work on, or you just like chit-chatting?
I don't know, whatever comes up. I don't know. I will say, like, I've been on the emotions lately. Really quite emotional. I think it's just because I've been, like,
You're pregnant.
scared to move forward. Well, it's that, but it's also, like,
You're scared to move forward. You're moving forward leaps and bounds, like constantly right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, but I get scared about it. I get worried, like, oh, am I going to be able to do this? And like, and getting pregnant
But
made me
you're-
kick my ass into gear.
But here's the thing: if you're scared about it, but you're moving, it's like moving across a shaky bridge. It's like fuck, but you're not holding onto the ropes, going, I don't know, guys, I don't know. Like you're on the fucking bridge, bro. Like that's huge. We get scared all the time about moving forward. We overanalyze the fuck out of it, like all the
Yeah.
time.
All the time.
I was
Well-
checking. I don't know. I guess just let whatever comes forward. What were you going to say, Kate? Sorry.
Well, you're good. Are you with your grandma right now?
No, so I just left my grandma today. So that was part of the hard part. Is like every time that I've left my grandma's house, it was more of a running away, like getting out as fast as I can. Whereas
Yeah.
this one was like a planned step, like moving forward for myself, for my independence, to take care of myself. Whereas the other parts like were just like me trying to escape what I was already in. So I think that's like been part of like the emotions of it because I was procrastinating leaving. Like I should have been gone by now. So
Should have to who?
like
Yeah,
Well,
that stood out
I
too.
planned to be moved in by like November 1st. And so, I don't know. Even like kind of at the end of October I was planning to be moved in, but it just took a while. Everything kind of kept getting in the way. But I think I maybe manifested that.
That still kind of goes should have to who? Like this is your own, like shoulda, coulda, woulda type thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I hold myself to standards, I guess.
Okay, I'm just making sure that you're not like beating yourself up over it because there wasn't really a deadline, right?
No, not really. I don't know. I wanted to get things moving forward. And
Haley, there's a little bit of like, as I'm trying to focus on what this is, all I see is a bunch of you, and it's like light language, but it's not, and it's like a distraction. It's like, look over here, look over here, look over here, don't look back there. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? What are you shielding? What don't you want anybody to see?
You
I
say
like all of those together. Hold on, let me try and pull those together and bring them back into
There we
I
go.
don't know.
I didn't realize that when you think your face freezes, and it's just so funny. It's like I don't know.
You're so too.
I know. That's why it's like really funny. Well, it's probably why I don't watch myself back.
Sometimes Kate will be in the swing chair and she's sitting there, all of a sudden she'll go,
Yeah, no, I really do that. I like zone out. Like, you just say, hold on. Let me
wait, I think I do too. Like my kids will come up and I'm like staring at the wall. Because I'm yielding something. Yeah. Like, oh shit, she's doing something. Like, give me just a minute.
They're tickling my face. I'm not used to this. I feel all giddy now. Yeah. Okay, so what was I hiding? I don't know. Blue light? I don't know.
I'm trying to feel for it.
I feel like you were hiding a person, but I don't know if this is like a past version of you or who this was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kate.
It's just a reaction. Oh, sorry.
That is so funny because I noticed cats are doing this, and then I was like, hold on, I have to stretch the energy out of my body, and then she's also doing this, like cracking her knuckles and stuff.
Yes.
Trying to release. It's like something merged in.
Yeah, well, whatever Kate just did, fucking something happened. So I was like, oh my god. I hate it.
A guy had me feel his double jointed shoulder yesterday. I was like, why did every like boy in like elementary school make me do that? Like, you just brought me.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
You're like, look at
Wait,
my
what?
Yeah, like,
Like, I guess it was a thing for, like, in middle school or even high school sometimes, like, for dudes to be like, I'm double jointed. You can feel my elbow. And they would, like, double joint
pop
their,
in the weirdest, grossest
like-
thing. You're like, Thanks for making me feel that. Like,
It was just like I'm so cool, guys. I got a double jointed shoulder.
I don't think I have the same experience that you guys had. That you're just like, it's such a common thing. And I'm like, really?
I would always make them look at my thumbs. Yeah.
I was the guy.
huh?
Okay, because like I was a swim team and I was like, watch what I could do. And I would just rip chunks of hair out of the top of my head and it would grow in sprouts. I'd pop my arms like this, and I would pop my jaw, and then I'd be like, listen to my knees, and I'd pop, and they would go click, 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 click. Yeah, that's why I didn't have the experience. I was the one doing it. Okay.
Oh, I would do that with my arms and stuff. Maybe we were just like doing it to each other. Like, oh, look, my arm does this. And they go, oh, this is so cool. And they look, my arm does that. And then, oh my god.
That's super random. But
Yo, Spams doesn't bend back.
no, it doesn't. I don't know how you did that.
How do you do the magic trick? I don't remember. Go ahead, Haley. What were you gonna say?
But that reminded me when I was working the other day, I heard someone say, "Oh, you know how kids always want like crutches and braces and glasses," and I was like, I exactly wanted all those things when I was little. Why is that a kid phenomenon? Why do kids want that?
My kids are going through that right now, and I did have crutches, and it hurt like a motherfucker. It hurt underneath the armpits, and I was pissed. I was pissed that I couldn't have glasses because I had 20/20 vision, and I didn't want aesthetic glasses. I was like, and then all my kids are always like, I need glasses, Mom. I'm like, no, fuck you don't. But Chris wears glasses. He doesn't need them. You didn't not wear them.
Well, I kids too. And so the fact that she said that, I was like, that is exactly like the things that I wanted when I was a kid. Because I seen other people have them, and it was just for some reason it was so cool in my head. Even though, like now they're kind of deemed as like dorky, like inconvenient, same things. So I don't know. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure on like this school, like you can pick a character for your school, like computer thing, whatever the fuck it is for their homework and shit. Amethyst chooses, I don't know if they still do, but they used to choose someone in a wheelchair as their avatar. And I'd just be like, cool, why though? I'm just.
Why?
Okay,
I like it. Okay, you guys, can I take out my headphone real quick and run to the bathroom real quick? Pregnancy bladders are real thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not pregnancy bladder.
Yeah, getting an arm cast so I can sign it. Go ahead, go pee. So I have this favorite SNL skit. And it's got, what's the chick with the, oh my god, I don't know her name. So this
Amy Poehler.
Nope. It was a guest. She was a guest. It was an actress. And it's called Sticky Grape Jelly. And it's really hard to find. And she goes, hey, everybody, I broke my arm. And everybody goes, she broke her arm. And it's on some sticky grape jelly, and it keeps going on, and she breaks this arm, and then she breaks this arm, and then she breaks both legs, and then her head. And it goes further, but anyway, I like it a lot.
I guess since I've never seen something on someone and been like me. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I never did that. I was never like, I want that.
You already said that you were looking at your reflection going, what's this dirt? What is fake? You were too concerned with like,
what the fuck was going on here? Why is there dirt on my face? Guys, why is there dirt on my face? Kate, there's no dirt on your face.
Just took a shower and you don't have any dirt. I see it.
There's dirt here. How did you guys get it off? Oh, they said they left the eye on your wall. What eye? What are you talking about?
Kate's kidding. Kate likes to troll me about my clocks and stuff because whenever I get any video that gets any traction when it has the clocks in the background, someone's like, what's with the clocks? So now whenever I have a video with clocks, Kate goes, can you tell me about the clocks? Like, what's with the clocks? What's going on?
Or my favorite. Okay, so nobody's going to mention the clocks on the wall.
And then I was looking at Finn's old videos today, and he wrote that, and he was like, "Oh, I don't understand what's wrong with the clock." This is great.
Yes. Hey, Haley.
Hi. You guys make me so happy. You get me
What are you doing these days, Hale?
Yeah.
What am I doing these days? Working at Applebee's. That's been a thing lately. I've been just working a bunch of jobs for the past 2 years that I don't like specifically love. And
I liked being a
that's where I'm
server.
at. Oh yeah, no, like I don't like the busing part because right now I'm just a hostess. The goal, okay, so I went into Applebee's so I could be a server because I know I have a killer personality for it and I can make great tips. But
Yeah.
they're like, we don't hire servers with like literally no experience, so you have to start
Bullshit.
as a host.
That's the best to hire.
Well, not at this location apparently. But people like me, and they do say that like I have been asked by people that didn't know. They're like, are you gonna be a server? Because you'd be a great one. I'm like, yeah, like that's literally the goal. So I'm working as a hostess right now, not making a lot of money, and I'm busing a lot, which is not what I wanted to do. But it's fine.
But you didn't get hired as a busser, so you have to have experience as a server. And as a hostess, they're like, work 4 jobs.
Yeah. So there's that I don't really love. I kind of like the people that I'm around. It's kind of nice. It's fun. I don't know. That's been one of my biggest things at like where I've been working is I want to work with like people that I can be friends with because I really miss having like close friends. So I've been looking for that. I don't know if I really have that here, but I do like the people that I work with, I guess. So I don't know.
Jerry
I
King,
wanna be
yes,
somewhere
it's
where I'm
the
happy.
Spider-Man's girlfriend, Mary Jane. It's that person. From shit, not the newer Spider-Man. It's
The
the
redheaded one.
yes. Wait, no, it's not her either. It's she's from the Scarlet
The
Letter.
one was hot.
She's from this. I don't think it's the same one though. It might be. She's from
The Tobey Maguire.
the fucking. What is the movie where the chick like tells people that she slept with virgins or whatever, and they pay her in gift cards? It's the Scarlet
Oh,
Letter
I've never
one.
seen that movie.
Hey, you would love
Oh,
it.
yeah, it is the Scarlet Letter. Yeah, actually, she's a redhead. I can't
Yeah.
remember her name, but I actually.
Emma, not
Yeah.
Yes, is it Emma?
not Stone.
Easy A. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Emma Stone was a
think
Spider-Man's girlfriend.
No, that's why I said it's a different redhead. Yeah, it's Emma Stone, but it's like Emma Stone, SNL, grape jelly. But I think the only thing on YouTube that you can find is someone's recording a TV with the scene on it. Anyway, I really like it.
I'll have to check it out. That's that's how I feel. I'm going through a lot, and I just want to feel like a spark in life. If that makes any sense.
Change your spark plugs.
Kirsten Dunst. Yes.
Never thought
No,
about
it's
that.
not Kirsten Dunst, but
Oh, that's who I was thinking of.
Spider-Man's girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's not who I was talking about.
It was
Yes.
Emma Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you change your spark plugs?
Yeah, I asked her to change them.
That's not what I said to do. I
I don't
said
know how
for you
to
to
do
change
that.
your spark plugs.
Okay.
They're on your spine.
Oh my spine.
I don't know what spark plug. I don't know
Is
what
it my
spark plugs
lower
look
spine?
like.
That would make sense actually because your creativity and passion is supposed to stem from the lower part of your spine. So if your spark plugs were there,
Bitch.
that would make sense.
There, you're doing it.
And also that would make sense to change your spark plugs because the things that used to make me happy and like feel passionate about, I don't really feel that anymore. So it makes sense for you to like change them every now and then.
This is what a
Yeah.
spark plug looks like. And this is an electrode, and this is where the spark comes in at, and it
You
but it doesn't touch.
have
Okay.
a spark plug on hand.
All right.
I don't have a spark plug. This is straw.
Okay, Hales. So I was thinking about this today. When I do spiritual surgery, I don't know the names of the body parts. Like if I'm helping someone whose period flow continues and they don't know how to stop it, I'll go, it looks like this little flappy thing is stuck to where the eggs just keep falling out. So I'm going to like unstick the flappy thing and put it back. I think that's how you are when it comes to like, I think you get caught up in like, I don't know what wires are. I don't know electricity. I don't know. But you do. It is a part of you. Actually, in one of the classes, I sent this over to someone today on Instagram, the preview for it, the commercial for it. But in Merging with Your Dimensional Forms class that Kate and I co-hosted together, Kate walked people, the very first thing she did was walk people through merging with their mechanic life self and like downloading their information into their current now. Do you want her to do that with you?
Yeah, that would be pretty good, actually.
All right.
'Cause I would love to know the technical shit.
You do. You just don't think you do.
Also, we're also at the same time going to do my surgeon. That way I can know about it.
Okay.
At the same time?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, see, she said she's like, yes. Like, how?
No.
Okay.
Well, everything happens at the same time anyway, so just why not?
You can. We're not gonna. We're gonna slow
Okay.
it down. She's not wrong. You can.
Well, then do it.
Okay, well, walk me through this mechanical and we'll do this
Step
at the
by
same time.
step,
Okay.
day by day.
All right. Spirit, please take me to the most successful mechanic life.
You guys listening? You can do this too.
It's like in a car shop. Is that weird?
Are you fucking kidding me, Haley?
Why are you looking at me like that? What?
Because it's your most successful mechanic life, and you're like, it's in a car shop. Isn't that weird?
Well, I feel like if they were like the most successful mechanic, why would it be in a car shop? Why wouldn't it be like airplanes or something? I'm like,
Because you're not Kate, okay?
You asked for.
I imagine that. I imagine like NASA, but like it's fine.
Yeah, but your most successful is not necessarily financial. It is like where you hone your skill, where you're king of your craft. Maybe you worked on specialty vehicles.
Yeah, that would make sense. Sorry.
We worked on cars in the hangar too, by the way. So it could be like he could be a mechanic of everything. So you're in a car shop. I feel like your name is like something weird, like Tyler. That's not weird. It's just like
It's so weird.
Such a weird name, Kate.
it is because
This is so Tyler.
her name is Haley. That's what's weird.
I love that.
Okay.
The car shop can be like very dirty. I think that's also it's like, is that weird? Like it doesn't feel like this is a place where mastering comes from. But that's okay.
Mastering because it's dirty?
Yourself. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's dirty as hell.
That was my most successful mechanic work. Was when I had to scrub. Yeah, when I had to scrub down in the shower for fucking ever. Okay. It makes me go, what's making you so successful?
The first thing that comes to my mind is my touch.
Okay, because I got pussy. That's the answer. So, like, I don't know. And you said touch, and I was like, oh, good with his hands, I guess. But what's your
Actually-
idea of successful? Actually, what?
It's like,
I was gonna say, what, when you look down, what do you feel or see?
pipe. I don't know. It's just like
At your body?
on my body. Oh,
Yeah, your physical, like human
But you,
form.
like,
Is it male
I
or female?
imagine boobs, but like I don't.
Yeah,
know.
no, you didn't imagine it.
It's funny.
You didn't
Okay.
imagine it.
We
That's
keep
why
saying
we're so-
he, but I think your anatomy is different.
I think
Okay.
that's why you were so successful. I know that sounds like whatever, but like no one expected it.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Did you
That
go
would
as a
make
guy though? Did you
Did
like
I go as a guy?
masquerade as one to fit into society?
I don't get that vibe.
Hmm.
But I did like, I don't know, but I did feel weird. Like, yeah, I have a girl's body, but I don't necessarily feel like I identify as like super hot woman or as like a man. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Androgynous?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that I like was trans or anything like that. If that's like
yeah.
what you mean by.
So I guess, is that androgynous? I guess that would be, right?
It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like you give a fuck in this life what your sexual identity
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I think that kind of like, you know how like there's the girls that are like part of the guys, like they're one of the guys, but they're like clearly a girl and they don't really, I don't know. I guess that's the vibe I get.
You mean like Kate?
I guess so. I mean, you know it takes that much, but
Okay, so it's making me stop here, and I'm not sure why. So just keep looking around. So I'm like, okay, now it should be like merge time, but no, I just keep looking around.
did I teach people in this lifetime? Because, okay, when I look around, I see like a bunch of people like surrounding me, like watching what I'm doing. Some days when I gotta like taught people or like,
Oh, was this like a very first engine, a very first something engine, very first diesel, very
I
first?
was for sure looking at an engine like with the pipes. When you asked me what I was looking at, I was like, well, I'm like looking at the pipes. Like
Pipes.
it looks
So
like
is this-
you open the hood of a car or something.
So is this the very first fuel injected engine then? Just ask, or like in your head or however you do it.
I think no. I don't think it's a fuel injected engine.
It reminds me of the Grease Lightning engine. Like the souped up.
The air cooled engine. Is it the very first air cooled engine then? I don't know. It's the very first something is all I'm getting. Maybe it's the very first straight engine. I don't know. Okay. I feel like you wanted to be known for something because you're like standing here and I'm just looking around and I had to freeze and look around. So
Proud of me. It's like what I'm doing.
yeah, I guess so. It's like, look, do you know who I am? It's like maybe. Fuck, I don't know. Okay.
What's in your back pocket? Is it just like a grease rag?
Oh, I seen a wrench when you said that.
Okay, wrench.
It was on my right butt cheek. If you care to know.
I do care to know.
Okay.
Okay, because I get that you're like really, no, if this doesn't fit, whatever, because sometimes you and I don't match up on things. So I need both of you. It feels like you're like, you're paused or whatever, and you're about to reach, and you keep reaching for the left, which is where your rag is. And like, your body is very similar to it is now, and it's like reaching around this nice plump booty right here, and reaching for this wrench, and it's over on your right cheek, and you can feel it, but like you're holding something with your right hand.
Like reaching on the wrong side.
Can you get over to your right side to get the wrench out, or like?
I think I got it. I think I did.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna be sideways now, guys.
Okay.
On the podcast, listening at home, Haley is now sideways.
She identifies as sideways. Yes.
You missed it. You should have seen it. You did.
Mm.
Should have been there. We're here every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on TikTok. You can watch us live.
Yes. Okay.
Just emerge with myself now, or
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. But it's like, I guess in order to repair whatever or finish your class with the engine, you had to finally reach it. So yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's
weird.
so weird.
to merge with that.
Probably trying to make myself look cool. Okay.
It's merging. Lots of sexual energy in this.
That's not surprising for me.
It's straightening out the posture too.
You know what's funny though, but ever since you guys brought that up, like, because whenever I think about like a car shop or something, the same image pops up in my head, and like that image where you ask, like, you know, where are you? Like that car shop is the thing that I always think of when someone says car shop or like anything like that. That's the one I imagine in my head.
I bet this is a straight 6 engine. That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna text you a picture of it after this.
And it
I'm
makes
gonna.
sense.
Well, if it looks exactly like what you see or what you're feeling. Can you like download all the things from him, them?
Yeah, that version of
I started
That version
I
of
guess I
you.
needed to-
Well, it looks like she's handing you books in your head.
just condense it into one. Keep it going.
There you go.
Speed it.
There's a lot from the surgical side that's coming as well. Because at
I
the
feel
same
like
time,
it
I have
would
been trying to do the surgical side.
Yeah, literally hand in hand. I feel like it would go literally hand in hand.
Well, yeah, in the way that, like, I imagined it when I said the two at the same time. It's like I saw it, like, one's on this side, one's on this side, and it's literally like this V compared to, like, I'm right here. And it's like one is red, one is blue, and it's just. If that
Kales,
makes sense.
have you seen the first Doctor Strange?
Yes, I love all the Doctor Strange movies. Would you like me to turn?
No, you're good. I just wanted to do that. Because
I love mirrors. That's so funny, and that's really into. I've been telling myself that lately. Like, oh my god, I love mirrors, and they go in like this mirror dimension to practice.
yeah, and then the surgeon hands and how he gets them all fucked up, and then he loses his sense of identity and stuff, and then he like is a stubborn little shit to get like all the healing stuff in and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Haley, is that some kind of community college on your sweater?
No, this is a Harvard. I got it from Forever 21.
I had to make the joke. Because, like, if anybody ever tells you I graduated from Yale or Harvard, I think it would be a really good idea to be like, is that the local community college? So, really, I had to say it.
Actually, that's hilarious. Just took a while.
Yes.
It's like, don't bring me that stank energy.
I didn't realize they handed out local stuff at the community college.
They have merch at your community college? Do they have a football team too or anything?
Did they let you have that? Okay. I feel like no. I'm
So the Body Shop. The Body Shop. When you hear that song, do you think of Car Shop or do you think of Texas Shop? You think of Car Shop. Okay.
Yeah, and I know it's about like a strip club and stuff, but that is what goes in my head.
Okay, autistic. He goes.
Strip club.
it was about a strip club.
Yeah, Body Shop.
I think Car Shop every fucking time.
Oh, I do too.
I thought it was legitimately like I don't know, paint, some kind of paint, like
That would make sense. No, but in my head, it's like going to the car shop to have an affair. But like, I know it's about like a strip club, but that's what happens in my head. It's the car shop every time.
I was like car
Well, I
shop
feel like-
and then tattoos.
And I think it has to be. It has to be homosexual because why would it be doing something unholy? Like, why would they make a big deal about that? To me,
It's unholy
feel
because
like-
he's married. And he has
they don't
a child.
care about that in straight marriage. Like, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that it's.
Well, maybe.
I got that notion too.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah. I guess that would make sense. He's
But
the singer himself.
But it says like she's shaking it, she dropping it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I think it's funny that all of us know this song so well and we watch it on TikTok. We've never watched the music video of it. It probably plainly says what they are. Have you?
I've seen little snippets of it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen little snippets and stuff.
Because the artist advertised it on his TikTok, like little snippets.
I
But even
don't
still.
really like
Yeah.
music videos because it ruins the song. Usually.
Even still, I was like, he's at a tattoo shop. Like, first it was car shop, and he's getting tattooed at the car shop. And then, like, that in my head, I was like, that's the affair. Wow.
How dare you? Do you guys have
Getting a tattoo without me. Motherfucker.
I guess I just never looked into it after that. Like, I was like, yes, okay, cool. Okay, so I keep getting something about a prescription paper with your, oh, did we finish the body shop thing? Did you see something at the body shop, Kat, for that life?
No,
I think that
I saw-
came up because where she
You were
kept saying
singing.
like it's very sexual
Oh.
about the auto shop thing. I think that might be why I kind of get that vision in my head that it's like an affair at a body shop because
Yeah,
maybe
but-
that's what I was doing. Maybe I was on some post shit. Because it did feel kind of connected to like the auto shop stuff.
It was very sexual energy, but I don't know if you were a hoe, Hales. Like, I don't know if... I think you just, like, exude sexual energy. I don't...
Well, let's bring that into this lifetime now. Not kidding, actually. I'm
Well,
down for the sexual energy.
Do it. You merged with that version of you.
You're doing some with your hips and your reproductive organs. I don't know what you're doing.
Don't fuck them up. Yeah, no, my legs do feel wider now. That's good. My hips.
Because it's just us girls here, I can let you guys know, because no one's listening. Whenever I say that I can feel things in people's reproductive organs, my body energetically starts doing Kegels. Just thought I'd let you know. Just a little bit of information. It just starts pulsating.
Okay, so this had never happened until a couple years ago, but I started getting coochie anxiety. Anxiety in my coochie.
What do you mean?
Like, it'd be tensing up and scared down there. My own coochie.
For what? For what?
Because I was surrounded by people that, like, I didn't necessarily feel safe by. The music didn't make me uncomfortable, and I had like a sexual relationship with someone that didn't like really seem to reciprocate what I wanted or whatever. So it just started giving me coochie anxiety. And so sometimes
What
when
does
I'm
that
around
funky
people,
feel like?
it's like so like your vagina, it's like literally like tenses up and like
Spirit of the Cinema High School, please tell me to feel Haley's coochie anxiety in my body so I know what it feels like.
you're gonna hate it.
It feels like an X. Like an X. It feels like an X. I don't know.
So if the energy goes like this when it's like a good flow, this one went like this. That's the best I can explain. It was not pulsating. I can't speak.
I don't know. But it was like it just was like it's not good.
Spirit, please don't do this.
I literally felt my anxiety down there. And I was like, this is so weird. Like I feel anxious in my coochie. Like yeah.
For those listening at home, someone said a gift on the screen and it made Kate light up.
And I said, oh.
Also, I wanted to say, Kate, sorry that every time I come around you guys, I always just like want to chit chat. I don't know what it is. But I wanted to say thank you for supporting my business twice. If I just randomly thought of that today and I was like, Kate is so supportive for my business. Thank you. So I just wanted to tell you that.
Well, yeah. Because it, like, means a lot to me. Like, whenever your light language comes up, I actually feel it and it does things. And it's like, I understand yours. I can read yours and I can understand it.
Can I tell stories?
What?
No, go. No, wait, go ahead.
I was going to say, is there a way that we can download like that understanding and that feeling? Because like everyone always tells me, oh, I feel this. Like, I felt like you said this to me, or like things like that. And I really don't, it feels like a blank wall to me. Like,
oh, download my understanding of it? Yeah, because,
not necessarily your understanding, but like, how do I access my understanding of it?
That, you say my instead of Kate's, you say mine.
Decode my understanding. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. You decode my understanding. This is what I need of all my energy healing.
Because fucking like a couple weeks ago, I think it was, I was listening to somebody's light language and they literally said, "Don't listen to me. I'm not telling the truth," or something like that. And I was like, it was weird. I even told Kat, I was like, "Kat, this motherfucker, like, yeah, it was gross."
That's what, and you know what's crazy? And I don't necessarily like talking about this, but I want to say something about it for some reason. Like, a lot of people on TikTok specifically, I cannot listen to their light language for some reason. It scares me. It's like I feel like I'm being fooled, if that makes any sense. Like, and I want to listen to it, I want to support it, and I want to be part of the light language community. But there's only like one creator that I kind of like want to share that with, but I'm also like nervous about it at the same time. I don't know how to explain that. But it makes me feel bad because
I'm part of like the spiritual side of TikTok that talks about like matrix and coding and all of this stuff. I'm not part of that community. So I understand it's like being a part of something but not being a part of something. It's really strange because it's like you can, like, you're coming authentic. You are coming from the heart. You're coming from personal experience. You're coming from, I know what it feels like and I want to help you with this. They're not. They're coming from, look what I can do kind of stuff. And I'm not saying they isn't everybody, but it's like someone encouraged them to speak gibberish and said it was healing. It's not healing. It's not. And that's okay. And it's still expressions and you can still get it out. But, you know, yours comes from a very authentic place. One of the stories that I love that Haley and I have talked about before and I've shared is Haley and I had a session back in like 2020. And at the end of it, Haley was like, "How do you feel about light language?" And I was like, "I don't like it. I don't vibe with it. I don't feel connected to it at all." Because I had too many people in my life that all of a sudden would be healing someone and then say that their light language came in. And I was like, no, the fuck it didn't, but okay. And they would stop if I walked around the corner because they were like embarrassed. And I was like, that's weird. Anyway, Haley's, I completely support it. It's amazing. It's great. Another story that I have is I was doing a healing session with somebody. Well, it was like a walkthrough puzzle thing. And I came home and on my For You page or my following page or something was Haley. And on the phone, I don't know what she looks like. So there's this chick that I didn't know I knew.
I forgot about that.
Doing light language, and I was like, this bitch is talking about the shit that I just did today. There's no fucking way she would know what the fuck I did today.
And that was literally my first light language.
It was so good. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? No correlation. Didn't know it was the same person. Then once knew who she was, Kate and I would do puzzle working stuff on the phone, and then Haley starts like drawing stuff, and she's like, "Oh, I just want to show my picture." And I was like, "That's the shit that Kate and I just worked on last night." Like, what the fuck? Like, first it was confirmation for me because I was like, "Our shit is we're actually doing the things." Someone that we're not even talking to is picking up on it, drawing it, and then it was like confirmation that I'm connected to you or Kate's connected to you, and then your shit just works.
That always reminds me of, I think I'm connected, and I think we all might be like really connected to the all-seeing eye, and I think that's like when you guys, or when I was able to know that stuff without actually knowing it, I think that's like what that was, and I feel like you guys really were able to understand it because there was messages for you guys to like know what was really happening,
what we needed to do.
Yeah, because consciously I didn't get it. Like, you guys were like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Well, why don't you try some light language now? Give people an experience in it. Understand that people are listening at home, and then see if the healing that you just did with Kate, with like the understanding of it all, do some kind of something. What the fuck? Oh, it's at Kate's house. Do some kind of connecting to like the mechanical side or the surgical side with it. Like, see how much from right. You know what I'm saying?
I need to say something really quick because I just channeled that some people's light language is actually transmuting, but they don't understand that. I think it's healing. It's just transmuting their own shit. And that's why it doesn't do anything. That's what I just got, and it all checks out.
Like the types of thoughts and messages and stuff.
Just transmuting, like whether it's their own emotions or their own healing. Or so yeah, things like that, but in their own life, and it's all like it's them. But they put it out there calling it healing, but it's only healing for them. Okay.
That makes sense. But hold on. It makes me bring up one more thing. I will do light language right after this. A couple summers ago, someone had told me that my light language was like doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, and like sending curses out, and it made me scared to do light language for a long time. Like, was that
Can you do me a favor? Can you say "fuck that person," please? Like out loud.
Fuck that person.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. Security. Okay.
I'm like, oh my god, Haley's so amazing. Her shit is so good. Kate's like, yeah, it's the only one I can connect to. Blah blah blah. Some rando told me that I was cursing people.
It wasn't.
And it hurt my feelings. Yeah, no.
It's kind of a yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why fuck that person.
Yeah. I get you.
Well, I thought it was a rando, and I still said fuck that person. So how about that?
Okay. So I'm thinking light language for like one grounding, settling in. Opening up.
Here, I'm gonna turn my mic off when you talk for this. Kate, you want to turn yours off? So
Yeah.
I also get the vibe of like opening up, like the channeling, like the crown chakra and stuff. For you
start over. Start talking from the beginning.
Okay. Okay. So settling in is a big one because I think that's something that I really need, and like usually when I do light language for something that I need is something that a lot of the people that are around me like also need as well. So I think like a lot of people are going through changes right now, and maybe that's why we need to settling in. I feel like the grounding is really important for everyone. That's always an important thing. And then also the opening up and channeling, or like opening up your channels to be able to receive better information from, I don't know, downloads, guides, and also like from past lives, because this session made me think of like downloading stuff from past lives that you could just download the knowledge, which I've seen you guys do before. I don't know why I never got to do that for myself. And then, I don't know, I guess I could try to do some mechanic stuff with the light language. Let's go. Namasarkar. Sakamaya tuku, uku, ruku sama layatar. Namasar kaya tukua markar. I feel like heaven is on the back that needs to be cleared off. Please allow me to do some light language within the highest and best good of everyone in this live and who may listen to the TikTok live on the podcast. Within their highest good, maybe tuck into what's needed there. Clearing off heavy energies that people have been carrying on their back, weight of the world, type of shit. And also, I'm getting the vibe that a lot of us are letting ourselves be pressured by someone, something that's just not necessary anymore. It's time to allow yourself those boundaries and that space. I'm getting is the vibe. Namasarku. This whistle, I get the vibe. Okay, this is helping me because I'm explaining what I'm getting now. This whistle, like, I've always thought it as something cleansing, but when I close my eyes, I see the whistle as like pushing out things, like getting it out of the field. So that's really interesting. Okay, my back is still bothering me, so maybe there needs to be like a cleansing of emotions and maybe like those. But it's not there. It's in the upper back, kind of like wing area, shoulder area.
Fine.
We can change spark plugs as well. Well, Well, actually, I'm not going to change their spark plugs. I'm going to like remind them to do it themselves because it's actually their job to do it and it's their passions and things like that. So they're actually going to do it themselves. I'm going to download that information for them to remind them to do that in their own way. But I do get the vibe that we have to like clear some emotions from the back. A lot of us are holding emotions in our back, and also it reminds me of like the wing rebirth healing. So yeah, let's do that real quick. Namastaku. So this made me think of the fact that like it truly is a choice to allow yourself to hold on to negative thoughts and emotions and stuff like that. And we have to be willing to let them go so we can let good come in. And like, not necessarily on the scale of like, there's a good and there's a bad, but like, if you want things to be beneficial for you and stuff, you have to stop allowing yourself to hold on to those negative and hurtful and painful things, which is definitely a message I needed to hear. But that's what I'm getting was in the back. Like, it's like wanting to hold on to that fear, to the anger, to the I'm not good enough, I'm ugly, I'm unsatisfactory, those types of energies. And so you can allow yourself to feel like you can stand tall, to feel empowered by yourself. Because when we feel empowered, we feel like more broad-shouldered, more opened up in the spine, kind of in the spine and in your shoulders, and just this whole area right here, front and back, is the vibe that I'm getting. I'm going to ground now because I just felt like there was a lot of energy that was just so I'm not. Every time I imagine my roots coming out, I just smile. I cannot help it. It's like I feel the soil pushing against my roots, and like for some reason, it just makes me smile. It makes me feel like little happy butterflies. It's funny because every time I'm doing light language, I'm always getting the message to trust myself, and like I always just want to say that out loud. It's just a reminder for me to trust myself. I think that's all I want to do for right now, if that's okay with you guys.
Yes, Kate, what were you looking?
Oh, everything.
All the things.
So it was really heavily based in the stomach, even though you were saying the back. But like, the song "Wheel in the Sky" started playing at first, and it was really weird because it kept turning the ball. What's the chakra in the gut?
In your gut?
Solar.
So, yeah, there's a solar plexus right here and a sacral right here.
Okay, it was the solar
Depending on
plexus.
what part of, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the solar plexus kept turning this way. So that would be clockwise. So it was just really weird that kept happening, but it was like turning. You were like turning it.
Yours needed to be rotated and turned on. When they're like activated, they start rotating. And you, because of all the stuff you've been clearing and because of all the stuff that you've been purging through, that's also a trauma sector right there. So yours actually needed maintenance, mechanical maintenance.
Do I want it?
Yes.
Okay.
It can help with the digestive system. It helps with the digestive system.
Say, undo it and let me do it myself.
No. I don't want, I don't know, I don't want to not be me, but it's like that would be me. Turning that part on would be me. I'm just, I'm at that stage right now because of everything that's happened to me. It's like, what if that's not me? It's like, hey, it's literally in you. It's like, what if it's not? Okay. Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience. So I'm guessing everybody felt their own thing then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pathfinder Lily said that they started to feel like they were crying or whatever. I got emotional too.
And was that your back then, Haley?
So yeah, probably for me, it was probably really bad. And yeah, when I was talking about the emotions and needing to let go of like those like heavier emotions and stuff, that was really like speaking to me. But I can only speak to me when it comes to this stuff. I can't speak to other people's stuff unless I'm like trying to do a reading for them. And like every time I do light language, it's mainly for me, and then I'm sharing it
That's
with other
why it
people for what they need. And
That's
I try
why
to make.
That's why
Keep
it
going.
works.
But yeah, I do try to make sure that it's like conducive to what everyone else needs, like within their highest good. I try not to do what they shouldn't do, or also
When
like
you naturally speak, Hales, when you're doing it and you're like explaining or narrating what you're doing, even though you're talking about specific parts of the body, you're using a lot of language like coding directory points of where things should go. So like I always talk with people with money mantras, and like Kate has channeled it and seen it when they're like, the money flows to me. It's not saying where it's coming from. It doesn't say where it's ending up. So it's like it flows to them and right on fucking past. There needs to be a front, a middle, and an end. That's the key to it. So when you're explaining all the things, even though you're coming from your own space, you are directing the energy to where the person needs, conducive to what they need in that moment.
yeah, that would make sense. Why are you squinting?
I'm reading.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm reading everybody's of like where they felt it. Upper back, shoulder. Yeah, a lot of people were feeling it in the back. King said head chakra.
which that would make sense because I did mention wanting to open up that channeling area, and also like we do hold a lot of thoughts here as well. So that would make a lot of sense to me. Stomach too, yeah. And also it makes a lot of sense to me that it really affected your solar plexus, because that's like personal power, confidence, drive to move forward.
I connect that to the sacral.
For me, sacral, I think like creativity. Yes, personal. I think personal power goes tie into sacral, and
But like that whole thing, like trust your gut and all that, that's that part too. I think it all just kind of blends. It's like it's showing me like the color wheel where the yellow and the orange meet in the center.
see. And there's a lot more chakras that we know. Those are just like the main
Thousands.
pinpoint ones or whatever.
Thousands of them.
I don't know. Like I went in my head. I go, yeah, my favorite are these ones right here.
What?
Cool.
There
Didn't know that there were chakras
now I'm
there.
interested about that. And when you smile, it exudes energy, right?
Oh,
What is that
this
too?
is about right here. 1, 2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about right here.
I
I didn't
didn't.
know there were so many there. Hey, that would make sense if I feel good to do that.
That does make sense.
I just be getting excited about things.
But yeah, the smile would make sense though.
Yeah, because you know when you smile, it really like. Well, and what had happened one time, I was
What
doing
happened?
psychedelics, and I became this, right? And so someone told me like, just smile, it will change the output of things, and I did that, and all of a sudden, shit was different. I just felt happier.
It will what?
It will like make you
It
feel
changes the
better.
experience.
Like it really did, yeah. It like made me like. It just changes your perspective in a weird way.
It makes you feel like there's a
forced
filter
smile
that
at
nobody
first.
uses on TikTok. It's from like 2020 or whatever, and it's like radiating light, like clown face almost, where it comes out of your eyes and off of your face.
Yeah, I
When you
know
smile
what
when
you're
you're on
talking about.
psychedelics,
It
it
does
kind of
kind
feels
of-
like that. It's like,
Oh, okay. Drugs is one thing I wanted to talk about.
okay,
Because one, I remember a while ago, you and Kat, or the cat, or one of you, did a video about how Kate was channeling how like substances affect people differently. That's something I've been thinking about a lot
it was
lately.
in 2021. But okay.
Yes, that's quite a while ago. Well, it's just a year ago. I feel years ago. But so I was like thinking about that, and like I'm curious to know like what my connection like with weed is, because I do feel like it makes me feel like more connected to myself in like in certain manners. But I don't know. I think I have a lot of shame and guilt around it. But I don't know. I would just like to know the effects of like how it downloads to me. I was curious if you could maybe say something about that. I was even like gonna pay
She
you
wants
do
to
a
know
reading.
what it looks like when she smokes weed. This is Haley's brain. This is Haley's brain on weed.
Your eyes go swirly.
Swirly.
And then at the very end of them are grabby hands, like the ones that you would get to stick to walls.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wait,
What are
okay,
the end
but
of what?
what does it do for me? Like, do I get
The end of the
downloads?
swirl.
Like, do I, like,
You grab information.
okay, yeah, I was wondering.
Oh,
like,
you
what is the purpose
hyperfixate.
of weed?
It's probably when you're so creative with it.
Okay, that would make sense. And
Because it goes
used
swirl,
to really
swirl,
like
stick.
smoking and meditating.
Swirl.
That makes sense. That does make sense. And like to process a lot of like when I know that I really need to process feelings, like I'll take edibles. But I also wanted to bring up the fact that like I don't know, when I do psychedelics, most people like see things and have experiences like that. I rarely ever see anything. So the time that I mostly saw things when I like took a dab for the first time when I smoked weed. But like when I do psychedelics and stuff, it's like I'm faced with like feels like no other, like to the point where it's almost overwhelming.
Okay, so that makes me go, why do I see things? I see so much stuff when I'm tripping.
Really, and like I
don't
like whenever
see.
I would try them, I get so upset because I'm like, what the hell? Everyone made me think this would be like cartoon land. The world is uglier now. Like I'm upset.
No, I mean, like, I would sit in a really small closet-sized room with a bookshelf, and I thought, like, there was dolls sitting on it, kicking their legs and, like, reaching out to me. Like, it was cartoon.
Yeah, why does everyone else? Okay, well, I mean, it sounds like a terrifying experience. Don't get me wrong.
No,
But why does everyone else
I don't
like,
get scared of shit.
have those types of like experiences where I'm like feelings like that's literally how I am, and every time I'm like, no one told me I was gonna feel this much. So I don't know why I wanted to bring that up, but I feel like there's a difference there.
I've never done those. So I don't know.
Well, if you don't feel inclined to, don't. But if
No, pot made me cry. So I would never.
oh, okay, yeah.
We
because
had thought
it's
about
too
doing
intense.
shrooms or something together, and I try to picture, like, how that would go, and I get that, like, Ben would be hyper squirrel panicky, and then Shaden would be like sitting still, like frozen panicky with his eyes moving a lot, and they'd be like feeding off of each other of their panic. And then I think Kate would be like, "This is horrible," and I'd just be comforting her all night, being like, "I'm so sorry I made you do this. I feel so bad. Let me try to make it fun. I'm so sorry." That's how I feel like it would go.
I see Kat, like when you said like you guys doing shrooms, the way that I see it, I see Kat just be like talking and being in a bunch of different dimensions, just like blabbing everyone's ears off, and like other
That's
people,
why-
like, Kate.
That's why I want to do it, because now that I know,
they're just channeling on paper, just writing.
oh,
Like that's how I see it going by. I mean, obviously it could be very different. Well, yeah, if it sounds terrible, don't do it. Like, don't ever do
Sounds
something
good for
you're feeling
me.
like to do.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
shrooms unlock some universal truth that we didn't uncover yet. That sounds so
You
good.
could just ask, and I'll chill anyway. But I see like an explosion right here, and that doesn't seem very nice.
I would someday like to do like ayahuasca. I'm sorry if this is not okay to talk about on your podcast. I can stop
We don't
talking
give a
about it.
fuck.
But I would like every time I do like drugs and stuff, I try to give it like a spiritual healing meaning for myself. Or like I want the experience to be fun. I always want it to be fun. But I always first and foremost want it to be like a monumental, like life changing moment for me. Or like something like that. So every time I go into something like that, and that's kind of why I want to do ayahuasca, because it's, I don't know, a lot of people do it for that reasoning, for like you to cleanse and like just reconnect with a different part of yourself, or like something like that. I'd really like to do that someday. Yeah.
I think I like to do like psychedelics. I always liked, because I could still like help people and be the hostess. Like if I would have like the orange juice available, and I'd hold everybody's car keys, and I would be like, "Let's go for a walk now, guys." And like I've always been like that. But I think the reason I enjoyed doing it was to like let go of control and be taken somewhere, because I was always the one that was in control. And
Yeah.
like my brain would take me on these adventures, and I'm like, "Oh my god, an adventure! That sounds fucking great. That sounds so good right now. I think I would love that."
Every time I have done psychedelics, I sometimes, well, the time that I did LSD, I went through like a week depression after. It kind of fucked me up a little bit because I wasn't in the right place or the right mindset. But every time I do it, it's like, I'm like, I don't want to do this again. But I always end up wanting to do it again. It doesn't make sense.
Kate, what's recently made you want to even think about it or consider it, or be like, "I wonder what that would be like," which is like probably as deep as you thought about it.
Probably knowing some of the stuff I've been on in the past, like Ritalin and Vyvanse and stuff like that. And it's like, it couldn't be any worse than that, but it could. It could definitely be worse than picking at your skin. Like, 'cause that's all
Look at
this
something.
made me do. Yeah.
Can you, okay, so this version of you just on shrooms. Look at this version of you on shrooms. What do you look like you're doing?
Looking at everyone like, why? I'm just, why? This is what I live, why? And I'm just spinning around in circles. Like, why?
Okay, look at you, the version you are now on shrooms with me with you.
Cat, why? What? What?
I'm just kidding. Take this in offense, but I do think she would be overwhelmed by you. Because I get the vibe that she would automatically be overwhelmed. Because everything would be like...
I didn't take it as offense until you told me not to take it as offense, and now I'm like,
No
what the fuck
offense,
do you
yeah.
mean, Hills?
No, I just want you to take it in anything that was like... No, because you're not too much, but I... think
Don't take it the way that I
right
exactly mean
now.
it. Look over
Oh, shit. Don't accept that, Cammy. Sorry.
By the way, I'm obsessed with your chair, Kate. Every time I see it, I'm like, I love that chair. I want one.
Amazon!
You know,
Or you can get a Spanish salon at World Market, too. They have them there as well.
Yeah.
I've never heard of World Market.
They used to have them at Pier 1, but Pier 1 no longer exists.
Okay, the Body Shop song is back in my head. Maybe there was a little something to it that we needed to hear.
King said, I see you asking everybody why with your hands out.
Back up.
But that's the thing. If he was going, why, I would go, what, why, what? And then
Right, I
it
feel
would
like
stop
you-
your looping. And then you would go, why is there a little dinosaur on the lamp on your bed? And I'd be like, well, I found it at Target and I really liked it, so I got it. Is there an issue with the dinosaur? And you'd be like, no, I just don't understand why it's there. And then I'd be like, well, because I liked it, so I bought it. We can leave this room. Would you like to? I think I would. Okay, well, let's go here. Do you want to play Yahtzee? Yes. And then playing with the dice? No, I don't. I don't want to play Yahtzee.
That's terrible. Why would we do this? I feel like I already
Yes, let's do that. And then, no, let's not do that. And it's like, let's put Kate in the car and drive a little bit.
We'll drive around. Wow, everything's purple. Yeah, I feel like it would just be the same as it is now. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why this? Except all whys, all the time, until it
Yeah,
goes
like
away.
no filters whatsoever.
I don't really have
Pretty
them.
much what it is.
No?
now.
I don't.
Just
Yeah,
they're like, hey, Kat, why,
yeah. I don't think I have any filters like that.
you have some polite filters in place.
Okay, and
Like
at work.
Business polite.
Okay.
Business polite filters.
Okay. I was gonna say at work I have to, but yeah.
Okay, I need to go.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
it, we're done.
Okay. Fuck y'all. Fine. No, I'm just kidding.
I really
Thank you for
enjoyed
coming on
talking to
here,
you
Hills.
guys. Thank you. Sorry
Yeah.
if I
Love
took
you.
it left track. You know.
It was fun. It was good stuff.
Yeah. Had a good time.
Have a great night, guys. Love you.
Don't be disconnect. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.
To book a dual session with Kate and Kat, visit either of our websites listed in the description of this video. For a spirit guide reading, you can book with Captain Kate at www.captainkate.com. For a one-on-one trauma healing session with Cat and Boots, you can visit www.catandboots138.com.